What? Yeah, I did not think I was going to be making this video already, but here it is. The Secret of Mana collab is going to be our next patch, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Real quick, Secret of Mana is actually one of my favorite games. I remember being a kid. I couldn't afford it, and my mom surprised me with it. And it always has a special place in my heart, because, you know, my olden times. But this was the first three-player, collaboration game I can remember, or co-op game, or try-op, I guess you would say. Which is crazy, because the Super Nintendo at the time, it only had 2 controller ports. You had to actually get an extension, which was unheard of back in those days, to have a third and a fourth player play. So this was the first 3-player RPG-style game that I ever remember. So that's pretty badass. Anyhow, so that is Inbound, guys, and then it looks like Crunchyroll's actually partnered with this, which I didn't know about. I guess it's probably one of the some of the older news. Maybe I missed it somehow. But so what's funny is, if you look at the release date, according to Japan, we got Lucario, which was the first. They skipped Rommel and went straight to Dark Melza. When Rommel comes out is when PvP is supposed to come out. So I thought to myself, okay, just in case, because I made a video for Rommel, and then they skipped them. So then, like, okay, so then I made videos on Rugal, Lance Evil, Lisa, and Madeline. And look at how many they skipped all the way down to here. So it's just like you can't really know what they're gonna do with the English version, so that's just how it is. But for those of you wondering, it was April to September, which was about a 5-month period until the collab came out, and we're about a month in on the release now, so let's go ahead and get to it then. I'm going to go over every character as well as every arc that's coming in. There's 3 arcs, guys. So this will be a bit of a longer video. I'll do my best to get through it ASAP. So, oh, also one tip too, if you're a reroller, you probably want to reroll on this banner, or you're thinking of starting up the game, whatever's going on. Because Randy is, from what I hear, we're going to go into him here, the best physical DPS in the game. So good, in fact, that even some people on the other server complain about how powerful and OP he is. Which is funny, considering, you know, Koreans and their history of loving things that are overpowered. But alright, so let's get into it here. Now what I'm gonna do... Go ahead. Slow this down a little bit and stretch it so you guys can see the important information. Oh look, there's Randy over there. It was a much different time in gaming, man. Alright, so let's see here. So Randy is ranked 9.5 out of 10. Normal attack is an A rank. Skills and passives are basically an S rank, along with the super move here. Strong points. Power of special skills high. Motion of special skills excellent. Mini skills can increase damage. Let's go ahead, we'll start looking at some of the skills here. This is his number 1, Full Moon Slashing. Great effect on immortal organisms that continuously attack small enemies in front. Now, immortal organisms, not sure if they just mean plants by that, whatever. Special skill 2, 3 slashes. Great effect on continuous attack beasts. So good against beasts. In the middle range in the front. Looks like a good skill. And then his third skill here, Large Wheel Slasher. I remember that in the game. Basically, it's just this gigantic AoE where he spins his sword, which is pretty crazy. Looks like a good effect there. Now, this is his ulti, which is supposed to be one of the best ultis in the game, even on to this day on the Japanese server. Torpedo Whirlwind Slash. Great effect on powerful enemy attacks. Here. Yeah, it's looking pretty crazy. Looks like it dishes out a bunch of damage ASAP. I remember that soundbite. That was every time you beat a boss. That used to be one of my favorite things. Alright, so let's see his passives here. Hero of the Holy Sword. Increase the power of super special moves by 20% by consuming 10% of maximum MP when equipped with a sword. Wow. So basically, he gets the damage amp that we get on some of the magical characters, but as far as I know, he's the only physical character that actually gets it. So let's see here. Mana Blood. Increase power by 10% when a special attack occurs. During the event period, the special attack effect of the physical is activated on the Sacred Sword boss, which is probably going to be the big dragon, I would imagine. I wonder if they're actually going to throw us into the Mana Volcano. That would be pretty nuts. You guys thought the volcano in this game was hard. The Mana Volcano was my first get real moment as a gamer. Like, wow, everything in here can literally two-shot you no matter what you do. Until you get some badass gear. Alright, so let's see here. We'll get into now his passives. So, Pursuit, additional damage with probability during normal attacks. Patience, defense goes up when low on health. Insect Killer, extra damage versus insects. Extra damage against magical creatures. I wonder what that's considered. Maybe it's those little elemental things. We'll see. Alright, let's see here. Stone Killer. Better effect against stone enemies. Glory Pose. Skill cooldown recovers slightly when enemy is killed. It says stab, but it means kill if it works like our Glory Pose. Undead Killer, more damage against undead. Physical attack power, 10% when equipped with a sword. Dragon Slayer, which the main boss of the game was the Mana Dragon. Great effect on dragons with physical attacks. Attack up, increased strength by 15%. He just gets that passively, wow. That's like a level 10 arc skill right there. Aiming at the key points, 30% additional damage when critical hits occur. And then, go ahead, kill this window, then I'll throw on some music for you guys. Yeah, this isn't too loud. Yeah, it should be fun. Alright, and then Attribulous Attack Raise strengthens Attribulous attacks. Attribulous attacks, that's for weapons that don't have any type of elemental damage additive to them. So keep that in mind. Probably the Sword of Mana, which I imagine is going to be the Arcs, the Arc Ether. And then Magic here, he probably doesn't have a lot. Yeah, recover HP to all allies, so basically healing win. Pretty decent there. Randy has excellent skills as well as mastering attack up skills and sword boosts that are required by physical characters, as well as Attribulous Attack. Attribulous Attack Raise is a skill that enhances Attribulous attacks, as we just went over. And Randy takes on all normal attacks and feats, since it can be expected that basically the cost of the skill is 11 like other raises if it's implemented in the future. It also frees up a lot of skill costs. Well, yeah, that is actually a good point. So basically what you would normally do for most characters, it would cost a certain amount of skill, but with him, you're going to be able to do some other stuff because it's not going to cost anything, because it's in his tree. Increased power when a special attack occurs. Randy is an effect of Mana's Blood that has an effect of increasing power when special attack occurs by 30%. Since the effect of this individuality is added, you can greatly benefit from Killer Slayer. Oh crap. So he gets a base 30% boost that no one else gets. Wow. That's pretty nasty. Average score, 9.8 out of 10. My players here. Cheat class character. It becomes a broken character when the ability is released and the limit is exceeded. If you can change or charge, if you make it cost 80, the strongest physical character will be complete. Strong even if you don't charge. Not sure what he means by charge, but I think he's talking about getting the special... Oh, I know what he means. He means like getting Pirate Feast, probably. That you can get from the pirate ship that the pirate dude has. I forget his name. Weak point. I think it's difficult to train without charge. Please manage the system with a charge. I wonder if that's just... If you specialize in tricks, the damage will improve to 999. It is boss, also cutting 3 steps. It will end immediately. Oh, he's talking about bosses in different phases. So there you go, guys. Definitely get Randy. Now let's get into the other units here. Hold on. This is going to be Miss Prim. I hated Prim in the game, quite honestly. But it's that good old 90s love story thing. You know how it goes. Alright, let's see what Prim's all about here. Evaluation, 8 out of 10, A rank and everything. Guard character that can resuscitate and recover, so probably ends up being a healer. Usually can attribute, or contribute probably, to the ally's attack. And a constant value, disable physical damage, and ultra special moves. Oh really? That should be interesting, let's see. Triple strike. Continuous attack, insects on enemies in a small frontal range. Looks decent. Squirrel leg. Oh yeah, I remember she used to do that. Stroke kicks and closes the space. Large effect on enemies. Continuous attack on enemies in the small range and front range. Interesting. And then wave bullet. Continuously hits enemies in a small range. Oh, that's cool. It's like a Hadouken at the end. It's almost like a fighter game launcher. And then her special move, Tinkle Barrier. Conceal Barrier. Physical attacks have a physical damage ineffective effect on certain period of time with a cumulative damage limit. Oh, snap. She's making them hit for 0. You see that? Wow. So you could just, like, load that up when you know that a big move's coming, a physical move. Damn, she's probably pretty badass in PvP. You know, when we get there. Interesting. Lady Tomboy automatically activates speed and haste at the start of the battle on herself. Damn, that's actually pretty good. Haste, speed is just move speed, which is pretty good for melee characters. Haste is your skill cooldown time goes up. I believe it's 25%, but it might be a little more, actually. And of course, probably as she levels, the percentage actually gets higher than the base skill that most of them get in the arc skills. Individuality, Spirit Envoy. Time of the effective buffs are 10% longer as long as they are triggered by you. Okay, so that's cool. So she seems like she could be a badass healer then that could actually defend herself a little bit. Let's see, her magic, Heal Water, recovers HP of allies alone. Wonder if that's single target. It says allies. Maybe it means all at once. Maybe it's... No, allies alone is probably single target. Fire Cocktail adds strength down effect to attack an enemy with fire attributes on small range effects. I wonder if that's she's attacking, because she's probably water, I would guess. Let me go look if she has an element. Maybe not. Okay, well, whatever that is, but she puts strength down. Maybe it's on fire enemies. It'd be pretty nasty. Haste is 25% is the base, so probably that gets to be higher on her. It might even get to like at least 45% once you get her all the way enchanted or awoken or whatever. Grants the effect of pursuit of ice attribute to normal attack on a single ally. Oh, does that mean that she can give someone ice attacks? That'd be pretty crazy if you could do that on your melee. Intermediate level magic. Magic MP recovery. I noticed that a lot of people are putting this on their friend character. You guys really shouldn't. It's Magic Circles, the way that's called on us. If you guys didn't know, Magic Circles is actually a spell you cast. It's not a passive. So, for whatever reason, it puts it on. And then they actually spend time casting it, but if they don't cast fast, then usually the MP recovery really isn't that big a deal. Unless you're doing like a raid boss solo or something. It's usually not good as a friend unit. Anyways, Flame Saver. For allies alone, grants the effect fire attribute to normal attacks. Oh crap. That's right, she used to be able to do that, huh? You could add attributes to people's attacks. Alright, let's see here. Hold on, let me throw on this thing over here. Alright, let's see here. And she can enchant lightning on attack as well. Holy crap. She actually seems like she'd be a really good character for certain things. Basically enhancing your physical damage. Which is crazy. Giving them magic attacks whenever they would need it. Advanced Magic Formation. Give yourself the effect of gradual MP. Oh yeah, that's Magic Circle. Holy Saber grants the light attribute attack. Holy crap, I actually think she's good. Stone Saber grants the effect of, yeah, Earth. So the only one she's not doing is Dark. Interesting. Saint Beam, powerful light attribute attack in the medium range. Revive, she gets revived, nice. Cure All basically gets rid of any debuffs on all allies. And then Mana, grant a 20% increase in physical attack power to allies. Holy crap. Of course, then again, I guess that's basically Brave, huh? But still, she gets it free. Or what's it called? Not the Auto Brave, whatever. Not Auto Brave, but the one that's the AoE. Alright, let's see here. Excellent feat to collect enemies. Prim special skill Wave Bullet has the effect of gathering nearby enemies into one place and flying them away. Once the attraction is that you can create advantageous situations that collect in one place, but also allow you to solidify the enemies at the edge of the screen. Yeah, that could be real strong in PvP as well. I could see her and Dark Melza dominating pretty hard, because then you could give Dark Melza everything but Dark, but she already has Dark attribute if you get her the certain weapon. I wonder if you can have 2 attributes. I guess we'll have to play around with that. Like if you had a Dark weapon, but then you put fire on it or whatever, if that would do bonus damage if they're weak to both. Questions. Disable a certain amount of physical damage with a super kill. Prim super kill, Tinkle Barrier grants the effect of invalidating physical damage to all allies for a certain period of time. Useful for pinch conditions that need to be restored, yeah. But be careful because magical damage cannot be prevented. Yeah, we saw that. Prim evaluation 8.7 out of 10. Strong point, tiny. Recovery, abnormal conditions, recovery, resuscitate are easy to use. Fast legs. Oh, that's right, because she gives herself speed. Excellent skills, can handle physics, magic, and support. Also cute. Weak point, there's no unique, there's no management, power management. This event is not interesting. Physics, magic, or neither. I don't feel like raising it now. Also, there's no management power in the management. Not sure what he means by all that. Very excellent support row. If the SC is about 40, it will be almost completed as a support role. Increase from there, but will also be fun as a sub-attacker. Yeah, I agree with that. Whirlwind legs can be used and close the distance on an instant. Less likely to suffer the chance that tend to suffer from physical attacks. Since there is no unist anyway, it's difficult to secure the soul. Oh yeah, it would be hard to get her soul, huh? Well, I mean, you just throw her in the thing. Okay, yeah, she looks like she's pretty good. Randy looks better, but as a support, though. Support / sub deeps. Yeah, I'll be happy to get a Prim. Especially since you could basically handle any damage type in the game, with the exception of Dark. But you could find ways around that as well. Now my boy Papoy. I love this character. I loved him so much. Actually, it's probably... I was never clear if this was a girl. Because it was hard to tell in Super Nintendo graphics. I guess we'll find out. Let's see here. But it used to be called Sprite in the game. You never really learned Papoy's name. But Sprite, man. Didn't have much going on as far as story, but Sprite was one hilarious mother. Watch your mouth. Anyways. Yeah. Sprite, 8 out of 10. Normal attack, special attack, super skill move, skill and personality, which is passives. Let's see here. Magic characters specializing in attributeless attacks, passives that increase damage when hitting weak spots, intermediate magic that does not stop time can be used. Okay. Let's see here. Long distance attacks. Oh, what were the rankings? AAS. Or passives are actually pretty good. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, it might not have had a gender in the first place. My bad, I need to get more woke. Air Blast, long distance attack of tree attributes to enemies ahead. Oh, that's funny, he summons the thing. I remember that. Freeze, a long distance continuous attack on ice enemies in the front. That's a funny looking skill. And then Rabba Wave. Great effect, long distance continuous attack on plants. Flame attributes against enemies and wide range ahead. Pretty good. Darker Force. Powerful long distance attack. Continuous attack. Darkness against enemies and small front range. Let's look at it one more time. Good times. Glutton. MP is recovered 3% when you destroy a delicious enemy. Yep, that sounds like something that character would like. Fairy. Damage plus 10% when attacking an opponent's weak attribute. Oh, okay. Alright, let's check out the passives here. Magic up. Int by 5%, Int by 8%, MP by 20%. I'm sure there's lots of magic here. Fireball, Thunderbolt, which is single target. Earthquake, magic circles, Diamond Missile. Attack of tree attributes on small range of enemies. I wonder if that's like magic missile. Yeah, I wish I could see that one. Dropper absorbs 20% HP of ice damage to small enemies. Oh, wow. Wow, a lifesteal ice attack. Interesting. Magic circles. Explode. Fire attack. Wide range of enemies ahead. Burst. Attack. Earth attack against enemies ahead. Silence. Evil Gate. Powerful attack of darkness against enemies in medium range. Mana. 20% increase in physical attack power to allies. Okay. So him and Prim have that. Poi can use magic that other light with special skills, super special moves, and magic. Its strength is that it can easily handle all weakness attributes. Also, since all the magic that Poi learns does not stop time, it is also attractive that the lap speed does not decrease. Lap speed. Oh, they're talking about the skill speed. Okay. I wonder if it stops time on the screen, but it doesn't stop the regen. That would be really strong. But because sometimes you do want to stop time on the screen, but then if you got them all like hoarded in the corner or something, it's usually not a big deal. Because sometimes it seems like the enemies they cast, even when they're getting like knocked up and everything. So increased weakness damage by passive. Fairy increases the damage when attacking opponent's weak attribute. In addition, the damage increased by weak point magnification. The damage increases within the passive, so that very good passive when Poi hits the weak point. Poi, 9.5 out of 10. Wow, rated higher than Prim. While having the skills of wind, ice, earth, and darkness, it is possible to make strategies that exploit weakness of opponents and use them in a wide range of ways. Since intelligence is high, you can accumulate magic with other attributes. Equipped with event-only weapons such as Gyardu can produce great firepower as it is dyed in darkness. Magical professions that cannot be put on by the glutton with its inherent skills, making it difficult to run out of magic power. Yeah, glutton, okay. The 3% heal to MP thing. Weak to physicals when approached. Will die quickly. Strong point, cute. Magic without stopping time is mesmerized by yourself, except for light, so it has good compatibilities with the snatching skill. And the laps are crisp. In my case, I remember Holy Ball, so it's a stress-free with all attributes. Oh, he's talking about learn the skill, Holy, whatever. Fill mana is also compatible with physical attackers, the Fairy Tribe. Oh, the mana buff, yeah. Fairy Tribe, the Glutton, and the passives are good. Skills high. Burst and Evil Gate are powerful and cute. Weak when approached and struck. If you do nothing, you will be worried about the casting speed. Skill cost is quite difficult because you think it's essential to be immovable, which is basically makes it so that you can't get interrupted. It's an arc skill, I believe level 10 on one of the tree arcs, SSR arcs. High level casting magic team and magical aura. Because there is no unique, the Mother Soul is needed. Mother Soul, yeah, for raising up this character. We all learned about the Mother Soul in the announcement video. Alright, well I'm pumped for these characters, guys. Now, we're gonna get into the arcs now. So, let's do that. So this first arc is called, let's see, Sacred Sword Legend. And let's see how it goes. Actually, let me make sure of that. Okay, never mind. There's an arc called Adventures of Mana and Secret of Mana and Trials of Mana. So this is one of those. Not sure which one. Probably the first one. This is the SSR version though. Alright, well let's see what it does here. 6.5 out of 10. Surprisingly middle of the road. Characteristic is passive is X. Acquisition is A. It is a red soul arc. Attack damage belonging to Holy Sword Legend plus 10. Arc Ether, Mana Pendant. HP plus 250, defense 50, mind 50. No attributes. Once low on health, protection, magic barrier, speed, regeneration are automatically activated. Okay, interesting. Might be decent on Kamikaze. Kamikaze physical characters. And we got all these skills. But of course, I can't really tell what's what. So, what I am going to do, I did actually prep this ahead of time. I'm going to go ahead and find all those skills myself. So just give me some time here. Okay, that's right. HP recovers occasionally slightly, so that is basically a regen effect. Amanda. Increase healing speed of any type of debuff, so basically debuffs wear off faster. Matok. Where's Matok? Here it is. Critical rate plus 10 for all 4. It says ore systems, but it must be magic systems. I don't know. Have to look up what that means, but it doesn't have its own thing. Well, basically it's 10% critical rate to something. We'll just have to see what it turns out to be. Monkey Baby. During normal attacks, the enemy is silenced. And with a probability and damage to the enemy in silence is plus 30%. Oh wow, so if you silence somebody, you do 30% more damage to them, and it itself silences on physical attacks, it looks like. Elixir. Let's see here. I only got a comment on Elixir. But it looks like it says the skill cost is 9 and it does something for swords, but I'm not sure. Maybe it probably does something to the effect of like because Elixir is usually when you remove a status debuff, so it probably does something in that regard. But I'm sorry, they don't have it here. Alright, so we'll move on to the next. Genma Knight. Let's see. Disable magical damage with 6 chances. What could that mean? I'm gonna click the skill directly and see if it does anything. Nope, it just says that the only arc that has it is this arc. Well, somehow it disables magic damage, so I don't know if that means it disables all magic damage, if it's a physical thing, if it's a defensive thing. I'm guessing it's more of a defensive thing. But either way, that's kind of the stuff that the arc does. And then here's the passives here, so at level 1, attack magic damage. I guess this might be more of a magical thing. Magical damage plus 10%. At level 5, it also gets special skill damage plus 10%. Arena map limited, so I guess it's only arena. And it goes all the way to 30% though, damn. And then damage taken from enemies at level 10 is minus 10%. Let's see if we get any clarification here. Elixir, here we go. The elixir that you can learn from Holy Sword Legend is a magic that consumes all magic points to restore HP to the maximum and restores all skill cooldowns? Oh, shit. At least 200 MP is required for activation. That's actually pretty hard to get right now, but you can still do it. All MP is consumed after activation. Holy crap, dude. Imagine the ramifications of that. You could have, like, say, Pirate Ship on somebody, so it recovers all the skill cooldowns. Lower all your skill cooldowns. Have that one, what's his face? Trying to remember. The one that's the arc skill, so that whenever you do ulti heals, it recovers skill cooldowns, and then you could do this as well to recover skill cooldowns for some crazy burst damage. And you could have all those on like everyone in the party. Wow. 200 mana though, that's pretty... I've seen people with it, but it's usually either whales or people that bought or play 24/7 somehow. The skill Monkey Baby of Holy Sword of Legend will silence the enemy with a probability on normal attack. Okay. Increasing the damage to the enemy in silence by 30%. Because it's a powerful skill that combines silence and increased damage, be sure to equip it when fighting powerful enemies that use magic. Okay, good. So we got clarifications on both skills that were in question there. Very nice. Alright, let's see what, so it's all red orbs. That's the cost. It is OP for Popoi that handles Holy Sword magic without stop. It may be the strongest in lapse and stress. Okay. Well, that actually looks like a badass arc. I don't know why it's rated so low. I think that should be at least an 8.5 out of 10. But I don't know. Whatever. Maybe silence isn't that useful late game. Alright, we are going to go to the next arc here. Let's see what it's called. Secret of Mana. The previous one was Adventure of Mana. Oh, by the way, guys, since this is a limited time banner, your tickets aren't going to work for drawing. At least that's what I've heard. So, on-banner rates aren't the best thing, but you are going to have to, if you want this stuff, you're going to have to blow some crystals on this for sure. Introducing, oh, okay, so this is this arc. It is rated a 5 out of 10. Skills B, character passives A. SR blue arc. Oh, I wonder if I... Because I think the other one's supposed to be an SSR, so this is the SR version, my bad. So this would be, I just ordered them out of sequence. This is Trials of Mana. Alright, well let's see what it does since we're here. Strength plus 10 during real-time night. Maybe it means fight. I don't know, why does it have like a time code there? That's weird. Oh no, it means literally night. 1800, that's military time. It's 6, that's funny. Okay. How does it know where it's night in your region? I guess by server time. Mana Stone, Arc Ether reward. MP plus 20, Int 30, Mind 30. Magic damage minus 10 on their own. No idea what that means. Doesn't look that great, whatever it is, but maybe it's OP if that's translated right. Skill name. I'm gonna have to go back to the skill list. Hold on here. Alright, Wisp of Time is... Increase power of light attribute magic by 10% during 3 hours of real time. So it's a time thing again. This is odd. Shade of Shade. During the night, the power of dark magic increases by 10%. This arc's kind of dumb. I guess if you can only play at night, it might be really good. Alright, Moonsaver. Guessing it's the same basic thing. It doesn't even list the skill. Holy Ball. Alright, doesn't list that skill either. Full Metal Hugger. I guess those might actually be spells, which I can go look at in a second. In Strength and Defense, Int Mind. This is for Mana Holidays, guys. Increase basically all the stats by 5% on Sunday. I wonder who had an idea for this arc. It's kind of weird. Alright, let me go to... Go ahead and look at the magical skills and see if we could find those other ones. Alright, so what was it? Holy Ball. Maybe it means Holy Wall. Maybe that's just the way that it translated. Holy Wall is basically dark damage, down 20% for the team. Moonsaver. Allies have HP absorption effect on normal attacks. Oh, crap. Okay. That's decent. I'll take that. And then Full Metal Hugger. Gives a barrier that disables a basic condition status effect once. Okay, so it blocks one status effect. And then Holidays. Oh, we already did that one. Okay, so this is kind of an oddball arc. Let's see here. Level 5, during night, 18 bonus strength, MP consumption -1 to any unit from Secret of Mana. Sekun Denkutsu was the name of it in Japan. And then at the end, plus 30% damage to anyone from Secret of Mana, so maybe not a bad thing to run. Especially if you're getting new in the game. Limited to real time, but greatly increases strength. The characteristic of Holy Sword Legend 3, strength plus 30 at maximum level. Amount of increase is high, you can expect great success when fighting powerful monsters. That is true, yeah. Skills that can only add absorption effects to normal attacks. Grants HP absorption effect to a single ally in battle. In bosses that are expected to have long term. This would be useful. Basically life-stealing makes sense. Or not life-steal, but absorption. Oh, maybe life-steal, I don't know. Alright, and it stays a blue arc. And that's pretty much the evaluation. Alright, so let me go ahead. Apparently I didn't click it. Let's go ahead. I will bring up whichever arc it was that I didn't go over here. We'll just translate it, and then this will be the last thing. I'll give it a second to propagate, guys. .5 out of 10. I think that was the first one. Yeah, this one's 6.5. Okay, so let's look at it. Oh, this one, by the way, would be called... Last one was Trials of Mana. This is Secret of Mana. It was the second one I clicked. Alright, 6.5 out of 10. Skills A, passives X, SSR, or SSR rather, red. Magic damage belonging to Holy Sword Legend plus 10. Arc Ether, Mana Pendant. Oh crap, I might have did the wrong one. Hold on. That's right, it probably was 6.5 out of 10. Alright, so this one's 7.5 out of 10. When equipped with a sword, increase the power of physical attacks by the number of buffs up to 6 plus 12%, so up to 18% on buffs, okay. Mana Sword, here we go, I was wondering where that was. HP plus 300 as an Arc Ether reward, Strength 185. Attribute increases power of physical attacks against non-god boss monsters by 30%. So basically against every boss monster that's not considered a god, that's pretty strong. Water Heal, that is basically Healing Wind. Dash, I'm sure that's probably speed. Acid Storm, that's probably poison. Power Counter, that probably means your counter power goes up. Lunatic, I'll have to look up. Let's do that. Lunatic. Strange things happen randomly. Okay. Maybe that means that when you're hitting, it'll give random debuffs or possibly random buffs. Who knows? Let's look up Acid Storm real quick. Defense down effect is applied to enemies with an ice attack. Probability. So chance on hit. Okay. Look up Dash just in case it's something different. Dash, super special skill gauges are difficult to collect, but move speed is up. I wonder if that means it slows down the skill super gauge. Weird. But it makes you faster for some reason. Alright. Heal water, recover HP of allies, yeah, okay. Power counter. Increase strength by 30% with 5 super special move gauge oh, basically you acquire all of your special move gauge at maximum. I wonder if that's a spell or if that is a... Is this in the passive tree? Yeah, it's in the passive tree. Okay, so apparently it gives you all 5 of your cooldowns. Interesting. At least for one of them. And the Mana Blessing, I'm pretty sure that is going to be the 10%, or 30% rather, bonus damage. Alright, Mana Blessing. Oh, never mind, that's all the buffs. Protection, Magic Barrier, Speed, Regeneration are automatically activated when you are low on health. That's what that does, alright. So, level 1 skill, equipped with a sword. Number of buffs goes from 6 to 18%. Your attack power goes up. When you get to level 5, man, women, and other units are included in party. Maximum HP plus 14%. That's interesting. Okay. And at level 7, it also gives you a strength, basically an all stats buff. 2%. And then when you get to level 10, physical power with buffs is anywhere from 6 to 36% bonus damage. Maximum HP goes up 25%. I'm not sure if it means per unit or just in general. And then all of your stats go up 5%, so that's pretty strong. When equipped with a sword, strength greatly increases. It's also equipped with... Oh, since most physical units are equipped with Fast, Brave, and Critical, it's excellent characteristic to easily activate a large amount of damage. I get that. Magical Lunatic when something strange happens. Okay, I'm curious about this. Can be learned. Magic that activates one of a number of effects at random. Although it is a magic with many disadvantages, it is recommended to use it in the mood of luck, because MP recovery that cannot be performed normally is activated. List of trigger effects, okay. Debuff strength, intelligence, defense, mind down to all enemies. All enemy allies recover HP. Okay. MP recovery in general goes off. That's what that dude was just talking about. Or all the allies... Oh, excuse me, all enemies are basically paralyzed with probability. Okay, so there's only one negative effect. So that does look like something that should be used. Turns into a red arc after level 6. Okay. So it seems like the attack down on Acid Storm, or defense down rather, has a high probability of 50%, so that's pretty good. Venom Rain's only 10% on poison. Okay, well. All of that stuff's actually looking fairly useful. Even the SR arc in a niche circumstance could actually be pretty powerful. The one that was like time related. So I'm excited, guys. Especially since I've been a good boy. I've only pulled 4 times during the reroll process using gems. And is that right? Maybe 3 times actually. Because I think they give you 110 ticket, don't they, at the beginning? And as well as... I'm sitting on like 30k, almost 33k gems right now, so I'm gonna go full bore into this. Definitely would love to get all the characters. Definitely would love to get at least 2 of the arcs. Although I'd take that 3rd one too, honestly, the SR version, which you'll probably get anyways just because you're guaranteed an SR on a 10 pull. So I'm pumped, guys. I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think about this. Characters look pretty strong. What I'm going to do later, I'm going to put a video out that's going to show some of these characters in action so we can see them for ourselves. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And that's it for me for now. So, have yourselves a good evening and look forward to the rest. Peace.